I'm just a guy who loves Disney and has way too much time on his hands. If anybody from Disney is watching, please don't sue me. I'm here to rate, review, and describe all of your favorite things from the magical world of Disney. I'm File91e and welcome to my Disney News and Reviews. Hello everyone and welcome to this week's Disney News and Reviews. I'm File91e and hey, thanks to everybody who showed up to the live show last week. That was very fun. I had a good time with that. We talked about the D23 Expo 2015. That was really cool. And hey, thanks to everybody that stayed afterwards when I was kind of up and kind of decompressing after all this. A couple of you stayed and just kind of chilled out and talked. John, Windows Wielder, I think it was James F2. So that was kind of cool. But you guys rock, and again, all of you that showed up and talked with me and asked me questions, that was really cool, and it was great to talk with you guys. And I hope to do another live show soon. So just keep out your ear out for that. I might do another one next week. I might do another one next month. Who knows? I don't know. When the next one's going to happen. It just kind of springs up on me and I get the idea, and hopefully I will let you know in time. So awesome stuff. You guys rock. Now, the Where in the Land from 2 weeks ago, because I didn't do the Where in the Land last time, were the Matterhorn bobsleds. I think you guys got that. It was pretty easy. Yeah, the Matterhorn, really cool stuff. Love that attraction. Bad on your back. I got something in the mail, and I think you guys will be interested in this, and that is the Unofficial Guide to Walt Disney World 2016. Now, I haven't plugged this book a lot, and I really should, because the unofficial guides are one of the best Disney resources, and I want to be talking about that at the end of this month. I want to be doing a top 10 Disney planning resources, because we're kind of in a mini Prep-tember sort of thing. Prep-tember. September is usually my preparation month, where I talk about hotels and buses and different things that aren't actual park related, but rather going to the parks and other things like that. So I recently got this in the mail. This is one of the best resources you can ever get. One of the best books out there on Disney travel, and that's the guys from touringplans.com. They write the Unofficial Guide to Walt Disney World. This is the 2016 edition. I have a ton of editions over there, and this is going to have to get shoved in there as well. Now, I'm not sure if you can see, but over here I have some stuff bookmarked and earmarked and stuff like that. That's because I told everybody last week on my live show, I'm actually planning on going back to Walt Disney World next year. My family is interested in going, and I'm totally going with them. They want to go, and it'll be interesting and hopefully very fun, to see their expressions and for them to experience Disney with me, because they haven't seen me at Disney World in a while, and see how hardcore I can be. I'll try to take it easy on them, though. Try to take it easy, but unless something else happens, I should be going back to Disney World next year. So that's very exciting news. I'm really excited about that. We're still a year away, so anything can happen, so I'm not getting my hopes up just yet. But if at the end of the year we still are, we'll know more, and it should be pretty interesting with that. So I can't wait. Now, I mentioned that this month is Prep-tember, so next month is going to be October. So it's going to be all retro rides. It's Retro October, or as I like to call it, Retro-October, that sort of thing. I'm going to be talking about old Disneyland attractions and stuff like that, so you'll see a lot of, pictures from yesterland.com and things like that. I'm excited about it. If you have any old Disney attractions or Disneyland attractions that you want me to talk about, let me know, and I will try to squeeze them in. So that should be very fun, talking about old Disney stuff. And then we got the Halloween episode coming at the end of that month. It's hard to believe we're in fall already. It's blowing my mind. It's blowing my mind that we're in fall. So, oh man, this is unreal. So yeah, that's what's been going on with me this week. Let's get right to the news. A new fireworks viewing dessert party will soon be on offer at the Magic Kingdom, giving guests a view of the nightly fireworks spectacular from aboard one of the ferry boats, complete with an onboard dessert party. Beginning October 5th and taking place on Mondays, Thursdays, and Fridays, Fairy Tale Wishes, a fireworks dessert cruise, will cost $99 for adults and $69 for ages 3 to 9. Capacity will be limited to 150 guests per cruise, so that's really cool. I love these special little dessert parties and stuff like that. I went to the Fantasmic dessert party, and that was really cool. The stuff that they give you a lot of stuff, man. They really give you a lot of stuff, but it fits in, and you get a good view of the fireworks, so it's really awesome that way. So really cool stuff. Disney has announced that 2015 will be the final year for the Osborne Family Spectacle of Dancing Lights. Disney's Hollywood Studios is about to enter a period of major refurbishment, and it is expected that the streets of America, the home of the lights, will be removed as part of the redevelopment of the park. Chances are it's going to be absorbed into the Star Wars area, so this will be the last year for that. So if you guys go down, take a bunch of pictures and enjoy that. It was interesting to read the history of the Osborne Family Spectacle of Dancing Lights. Basically, this guy wanted to add lights. He kept wanting to add lights here and there, and then people didn't like it, so Disney came a call and said, hey, you can decorate our streets of America, and he said, yeah buddy, that's what we're going to do. And thus became a kind of a 20-year tradition. So that's really cool. So farewell to that awesome stuff. Star Wars Land at Disney's Hollywood Studios will break ground in 2016, according to Walt Disney Company's COO Tom Staggs. Speaking at a conference in Beverly Hills, Staggs indicated that both the Disneyland and Walt Disney World versions of Star Wars Land will begin construction in 2016, but did not offer any other details or an expected opening date. Obviously, it's too early. So, yeah, expect that to be going down for a few years. I would say 2018 is maybe the earliest that you'll find something like that opened. So, yeah. The former Magic of Disney Animation building at Disney's Hollywood Studios has been repainted shades of gray as its conversion to the Star Wars launch bay gets underway. That's very rhymey. Very rhymey. Disney hasn't yet given an opening date, but it is expected to debut later this year. Star Wars Launch Bay will take guests into the upcoming film Star Wars The Force Awakens. Can't wait for that. With special exhibits and peeks behind the scenes, including opportunities to visit with new and favorite Star Wars characters, special merchandise, and food offerings. So that's really cool. I can't wait to see that. Hopefully that's open while I'm still down there, but I doubt it will, because I think it's going to be mainly for the new Star Wars movie that's coming out soon. Excellent stuff. So yeah, that's the news for this week. Let's get right to the reviews. And hey, actually review something. Now, because this is Prep-tember, I would, like I said, I do want to talk about different things that aren't necessarily attractions, but that are key parts of your Disney vacation. Now, I went to Disneyland, so this will be all Disneyland stuff that I'm talking about here. I want to be talking about, not in this particular one, all three hotels. I will be talking about one hotel, and then this thing, which is the Disneyland Express bus service. Now, when we flew, Nathan, my brother Nathan and I, to Disneyland, when we were planning and everything, I had the idea that, since Walt Disney World has had a bus service, that Disneyland would also have a bus service. I went online, I checked through. Yes, they do have a bus service, but it's not the Disneyland, or it's not the Disney's Magical Express that I'm used to. I'm used to just getting off my plane, walking right onto a bus, and it taking me, and they grab my luggage and everything. It's awesome. Doesn't quite work out that way for Disneyland. Depending on where you fly into, we flew into John Wayne Airport, or you can fly into LAX or anything like that. They will pick you up. This Disneyland Resort or Express will pick you up. They have flyers and whatnot. After we decided that we were going to take the motor coach, you do have to pay extra for that, and you get vouchers along with the flyer to tell you when all of this stuff is coming. And so we got off the plane, got our luggage, and and we got to the bus just in time to watch it drive off, and we had to wait another whole hour before the bus came in. Now, it's not this big area that you might think a Disney presence would have. It's not really anything big. There's a little, outside the main area, there's a little, hut, I guess you could say, where this guy just sits and takes your, vouchers, and when the bus pulls in, everybody's really nice, by the way. That, obviously that's a big thing. Everybody's really nice. Well, when the bus pulls in, it's adorned with all kinds of Disney stuff. Ours was a Cars themed thing, I do believe, and it has Disneyland on the side of it, obviously. The guy, the driver comes out, takes the voucher and everything, and he puts our stuff in, and we get on the bus. Now, the bus is a standard motor coach touring bus, nothing crazy. But again, knowing the Disney Magical Express, I was kind of expecting kind of like a welcome movie or that sort of thing. I didn't really get that. The bus wasn't exactly very well kept. I mean, everything was, the headrests were kind of, fraying, and there was no welcome movie or anything like that. The air conditioning worked. That was good. Although I didn't really care at that point because I was so tired, but I was kind of, I kind of wanted to see that welcome movie. That, to me, started my whole Disney thing. It's like, oh, we're here. Disney's taking care of us. This is neat. And he took us right to our hotel, which was the Disneyland Hotel, and then we got off, got our stuff, and then went about our merry way. It wasn't until later, when I got home, that I found out that Disney doesn't operate this. It's just kind of has a partnership. It's the Southern Californian Gray Line bus area that operates this thing. So it's not technically up to a Disney standard, or if it is, somebody's really missing that, and if I was running things, I would not be happy with that for my Disney service. But that's just me, and maybe I'm nitpicking, or maybe I'm spoiled because of or Disney's Magical Express, that sort of thing. I didn't mind having to get my bags. It was just the quality of the bus. I mean, it got us to and from, and that was fine, but it didn't, it wasn't magical, I guess you could say. So that kind of was like, oh, whatever. But as soon as we got to Disneyland, or the Disneyland Hotel, the magic, you get swept up in that, and you realize, okay, this is Disney. So that was just one of the first major things that I noticed as a difference between Disneyland and Disney World. So yeah, that's the Disney's Magical, or the Disneyland Express. So with all that being said, that takes us to the Nate rating. I haven't done a Nate rating in a while, so this is always fun. So what is Nate giving the Disney's or the Disneyland Express? A 1.7. It took us to our destination. Our welcome video did not play. Even he wanted the welcome video. But it is a useful service. 1.7 again. So that's pretty much kind of what I'm going to be saying. It is a useful service. It takes you to and from the airports to your hotels, which is nice. But again, it didn't have that Disney flair. There is no opening video that I really actually like. After you've been on a plane for a long time, you do want to finally start seeing that Disney magic. As soon as you hop on this bus, that is the Disneyland Express, but they didn't play that, and the bus was kind of raggedy and beat down. Again, we got there safely. It just, the headrests were used. It just was very old and tacky. It just really wasn't kept up too well. But that's just my opinion. And again, if you have any opinions on that, just post them in the comments section below. I would love to hear what you guys have to say about it. So what am I going to give the Disneyland Express? 2 stars. That's exactly what it's worth. He said 1.7. I say 2 stars. It has a usefulness. It gets you there. But in the end, it's just lacking in Disney magic.
And now, a random Disney fact with File91e.
Since 1971, the Walt Disney World monorail trains have logged enough miles to complete 30 round trips to the moon.
And that was a random Disney fact with File91e.
Now moving on to this next one. Again, there are 3 Disneyland hotels or Disney hotels on the Disneyland property. I talked about the Disneyland Hotel one back in July, so I got 2 more left to talk about. So the one that I'm going to be talking about today is the big one, the flagship hotel, the Disney's Grand Californian Hotel. Now this opened in 2001, and is looks a lot like the Wilderness Lodge Hotel, but I'll get to that in a minute, because that's the main. This is based on the arts and crafts movement of the early 1900s, and I had to look at that. And I can see some of the resemblances there. You know, when you actually look at the hotel next to all the different designs and stuff from the arts and crafts movement, it looks really interesting. To me, it looks like a wilderness lodge or something that you would see in the upper portions, the county portions of California. But overall, it looks really nice. Now, I did get a chance to walk through it because I was on my way to the Mandara Spa. I'll mention that later. So I took some pictures and whatnot as I walked through the Grand Californian that night or that morning, and I gotta tell you, I was in awe. I mean, it looks really, really nice. Again, this is Disneyland's flagship hotel. This is like the hotel that is like the be-all end-all, that sort of thing. I found out, and it's also the sister hotel to Disney's Grand Floridian, which is obviously in Florida. So that's nice. It's really interesting, again, because it's like a mixture of the Grand Floridian and the Wilderness Lodge Hotel. So if you've stayed at either one of them or know about either one of them, and you can visually mix that in your mind, you will get Disney's Grand Californian. Now, there are 1,019 rooms here in this big hotel, and some of them are actually Disney Vacation Club homes, so that's really neat. So if you're a part of the Disney Vacation Club, this will be an area that you might want to explore and check out, because there's a lot of really cool things. Entering the hotel, you go into the main lobby, and it's very huge. I would say it's about 3 stories tall, and there's a big fireplace and chairs and couches and things like that. It's very homey, very sit down and relax, that sort of thing. Obviously there's a lot of movement because it is the main lobby, but it's just very interesting. And again, I've stayed at the Wilderness Lodge at Disney's at Walt Disney World, and this just immediately reminded me of the Wilderness Lodge, this hotel. It was crazy. Now, one of the things that make this hotel grand are all the different amenities that it has, including all of its different eateries and restaurants. The 2 big ones are the Storytellers Cafe and the Napa Rose Restaurant. The Storytellers Cafe, that's kind of where you're going to get the character dining and stuff like that. It's mainly meant for families who want to just have kind of general American food, chicken tenders, hamburgers, pizza, that sort of thing. But again, it's a little bit higher class because it's in a higher class of hotel. But if you want that ultimate fine dining experience at Disneyland, one of the big things is the Napa Rose restaurant. It's they always pair the fine wines with your fish and or meat. Yes, wine drinkers. Oh, look at this. It's perfect red wine to have with my meal. Not, of course, with fish, because I know that's the only bit of wine information that I know. I don't drink wine. That's my impression of a wine drinker. I don't really do any of that. I'm not a wine guy, but I know some people are, so I'm not going to pounce on them too much. Now, but it does look like a very nice restaurant. I got to walk past it and look inside. It's really cool, and along with Storytellers Cafe, that's pretty awesome as well. One of the coolest things about this hotel, it does have immediate access to Disney's California Adventure Park. It has its own special entryway area for that park, and it's really, really cool. It's right there next to the Mandara Spa, and as I was walking to the spa, I saw people lined up, ready to go right into Disney's California Adventure. It takes you right to the Grizzly River Run. That's pretty much where you're, ushered into, right, between Soarin' and the Grizzly River Run. So that's really cool. Again, like I mentioned before, it has the Mandara Spa, which is one of the, this is the spa for, Disneyland, and it is a great spa. I've reviewed that already. It's fantastic, and I urge you all to go check it out. Really, really cool stuff. That was really awesome. It also has 3 different pools. I got a chance to look at some of the pools, from the outside, because I wasn't able to go in. I was waiting for my spa to open up, and the pools look really, really nice. They just do a lot. They have it all decked out and ready to go, and the spa just was great, and the pool area was really well done, and it just looked fantastic. Again, I kept getting a huge Wilderness Lodge vibe, but maybe that's just me. Now, I didn't stay there, so I can't tell you how the beds are, but, you know, looking at, you know, inside the rooms are very nice. It's pretty much standard Disneyland fare. You know, the rooms just look really nice. They have all the different things, you know, TV and whatnot. You can get some, you know, deluxe studios and things like that, and suites and whatnot if you do want to. But, you know, that is an option as well. And from what I saw, this is a fantastic hotel, and if I had the option and if I had the money, sure enough, I would have stayed there. But I was happy with my Disneyland hotel. I thought it was good. I paid enough money for that. But if I ever get a chance to stay at the Grand California, I would not miss it. So yeah, let's see what Nathan has to say about Disney's Grand Californian Hotel. Considering he didn't go with me, let's see what he has to say. Not even one opinion on that. I heard they had a decent spa, because he heard that from me. That's what he had to say. Thanks, Nate. Thanks, Nate. Big guy. So what am I going to give the Disney's Grand Californian? Overall, I think I want to give this 5 big stars. It is a great hotel that I know anybody would like to stay at. Now, granted, it is a little bit pricey, but this is Disneyland's flagship hotel. So if you want the best at Disneyland, the best hotel experience at Disneyland, this is where you're going to want to go. So be prepared to shell out some dough for it, but if you want the best hotel experience, you know, it has everything there. The fine dining, the pools, you know, the immediate access to the park. It's just really, you know, it's really awesome. It's right there, and I just think it's fantastic. So awesome stuff. The Disney's Grand Californian, 5 big stars. Check it out. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this week's Disney news and reviews. Again, I'm going to be talking about, you know, different things for preparing to go to Disneyland and stuff like that, or Disney World. If you have any comments or ideas for that, post them in the comments section below. I love comments. So yeah. Also, again, check out this book. This is the unofficial guide to Walt Disney World 2016. Look how thick it is. Tons of information. I love this book. I don't really shill it as much as I used to, but whenever I'm planning for a trip, and I am, this is the first thing that I get. So, you know, cool. Awesome stuff. Now, I'll be talking about my different Disney planning resources at the end of the month, but I'll get to that later. And yeah, so if anybody from Disney is watching, please don't sue me. I want people to go to Disney World or Disneyland and have a fantastic time. That's basically the only reason why I do this, is to get people to think about going to your parks and maybe even possibly actually going. So you know, check out the Disney's Grand Californian. But if you have to get there and you need a way to get to Disneyland, the Disneyland Express is okay. I mean, it's, you know, it's okay, but I do think you could do better with that. That's just my opinion. But if you are going to Disney World or Disneyland, be sure to go to allers.net, touringplans.com, www.magic.com for our latest and greatest Disney news. WaltDisneyWorld.com is good too, along with Disneyland.com. That's where I get all my information. Those websites exactly, and this book. That's exactly it. Disneyland news, I go to micechat.com. That's where I go for that. micechat.com, very fantastic website as well. So yeah, that was fun. I didn't do a Where in the Land last week because it was a live show and we were talking. We were having a good time at the, in the Q&A. And if I have another live show, I hope you guys will be there to, have fun with me. Yeah. So yeah, you had it easy last time. Let's see if you can get it this time. I'll see you next week, guys. Where in the land am I this week? Bye.